Hey, what's going on, everybody? Manny back at you again, man. Welcome to DFS Zone. Gonna be going over a 9-game slate in the association tonight. But before I get started, like always, I appreciate you guys drop a like on the video. It helps me out with the YouTube algorithms. Comment down below, let me know who you like in tonight's slate. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Become a part of the community. Free information that can possibly help you out. And of course, make sure that you put on your notification bells. This way you don't miss out on any of my upcoming videos. All right, so we have a 9-gamer today. We're going to go over, we're going to go out to the top. We're going to go right into point guard. We're going to try to get through the video as quickly as possible. Try to make these videos a little bit quicker and faster, get you guys the information you need. And then you can go on and look at some other videos and get yourself prepared for tonight. And the same for me. All right, so we at the top at point guard, man. We got Damian Lillard, James Harden. These guys, majority of the time they didn't play. They're pretty much at their price point. Obviously, they both have upside. If I had to choose any one of the two, I'm leaning more towards James Harden just due to the fact that I think that the game with Washington is one of the highest implied totals of the night. Fast-paced game, an opportunity for him to really put up a lot of points. The only thing that's hurting Harden right now is that, he's not getting those fouls, which has been the biggest news right now. He's not getting the fouls, the complaining, and it's true. He's not getting a lot of the little cheesy fouls that he was getting in the past. So obviously it's definitely hurting his numbers, and it might even be frustrating him in some way. But at the same time, Kevin Durant is really just kicking butt. So out of the two guys in Brooklyn tonight, I definitely love Kevin Durant more so than Harden. But Harden has that upside. So I mean, he's in my player pool. I don't know how much of him I'm going to actually play, but he is definitely an option. I think I would probably prefer him a little bit more than Damian Lillard today, but they're both viable plays today. Bradley Beal got that game time decision with the hip. If he does play, we don't know how good he's going to be. Is he going to be a solid 100%? I do love this game today. It's going to be, I can tell you right now, I will have some stackings of this game. 4 to 5 players out of this game is very much doable. That's just my opinion. But Bradley Beal probably won't be one of those 5 if he plays. If he doesn't play, it's even better. But obviously, if he plays, he could be an option. I just don't know how healthy he is with a hip issue. I don't think for me, it won't be 100%. I would definitely lean towards some of the other players. I'm not on Trae Young today against Detroit. Got a feeling Atlanta's going to probably blow these guys out. I could be wrong, Trae. But we're going to go down a little bit further. Malcolm Brogdon, to me, is in a pretty good matchup, too, as well as Zach LaVine, because there's a couple of things going on. Vucevic has an illness, so if Vucevic is out today, definitely opens up the doors for a couple of guys on the Bulls. Obviously, LaVine, Lonzo Ball, everybody else, DeMar DeRozan, and then, of course, even someone off the bench, maybe a Patrick Williams will probably end up starting. I don't know who will start at center. Malcolm Brogdon, and that's saying Malcolm Brogdon is in a matchup with Milwaukee. He's also viable today. I think he's definitely in my player pool for sure today, just simply because there might be a possibility that Jrue Holiday is out. This is his former team. Holiday is a good defender. Probably will put a little bit of defense on Brogdon without no Holiday there. I definitely think Malcolm Brogdon can have a big night again today at 8,300. So he's definitely viable. LaMelo Ball, not too high on LaMelo today. I do like the other Ball, Lonzo, today. But LaMelo, he's been playing well. He's priced about right. He's definitely capable of getting you some huge numbers. He's at 8,200. You need about 41, 42 to meet value. Not a Van Fleet. He's been really struggling. This could be a game that he could probably, get himself going. But he's been definitely underperforming thus far this year. Of course, the Jrue Holiday situation stay on top of the news. Listen, I'm going to talk about certain players right now. It does not mean that at the end of the day, I would say 70, not even 70. I would say about 40%, 30%, maybe 30% of the time, there are times that out of the 5 players I give you and some of the players that I speak of, I end up switching it to one of the other ones that I had said that I will have in my player pool, and it's not really the one that I have either on the thumbnail or possibly even the top 5 that I've given you. But, this is why we have to watch the news, especially with NBA. So, with Jrue Holiday, game time decision, you got Darius Garland, you got Kyle Lowry. All this could affect the slate, and then they'll open up a lot of value. So a lot of value can open up here today. So be on top of the news if you're going to play NBA DFS. That's the best advice I could give you. So Holiday, again, if he plays, good. If he doesn't play, obviously opens up the doors for you to target Indiana players against Milwaukee, as well as getting some value from the Milwaukee players. So keep that in mind. But I'm going to come all the way down. Again, Kyle Lowry, same situation. I'm watching this one carefully because there'll be some value like having maybe Cole Anthony where he's not going to get some Lowry defense, which Lowry's not a top defender, but it'll probably be an issue. It'll be even a better position for a Cole Anthony who just played an awesome game last night against my Knickerbockers. Not favoring Cole because he had the great night, but will be a good matchup for him if there's no Kyle Lowry. So keep in mind that as well, not only the team that the player is on, but also the opponent. Terry Rozier going up against Boston, his former team. He's also a game time decision. He has not played. I do like Spencer Dinwiddie. He's on my player pool. I like 3 guys from the Washington. It's Dinwiddie, Kyle Kuzma, which I've discussed already in the last previous videos. They're still on my radar. They're still on my player pool, even for today's game, because I like this matchup with Brooklyn, and I'm keeping an eye on Montrezl Harrell as well. I do like Montrezl Harrell as well today. But I'm gonna select here Lonzo Ball out of the Ball brothers today. Lonzo's been balling, man. He's been playing really well. He's 6,200. You need about 31 to meet value. He's pretty much at 14 points, almost 7 rebounds a game, 5 assists. So he's basically is giving you a little bit of everything, and he's actually been playing some pretty solid defense. He's had 6 blocks in the first 3 games and 6 steals. So if he definitely can keep the turnover ratio down with fantasy points and playing over 30 minutes a game, we could always pencil in Alonzo, especially in a favorable matchup, and considering that he's playing against, the team that he's playing against today. I do like his chances here with Toronto, considering that Toronto may have, a couple of guys banged up. But, okay, so Ball, man, again, like the matchup, love the factors that Vucevic more than likely is out. I said it'll be a bump. He'll probably get a slight bump there as far as usage, maybe more opportunities to take some more shots. But, I mean, he can get you, as you can see, he's also been doing very well. He's at 50-point upside, and has had a triple-double this year, so he's capable of getting a triple-double. Season so far, 33-plus minutes a game, taking about 12 shots per game, 7 shots from 3, and he's shooting 46% from the floor and 38% from 3 thus far against Toronto. The first 3 games, he's going up against Toronto, and the key with Toronto is that they've been having a bit of trouble with the point guards thus far this year. They have faced Dinwiddie, Gary Trent Jr., and they have given up 23-7 to Dinwiddie, 23-1 to Trent, Gary Trent Jr., and they gave up 27, 9, and 12. Obviously, a lot of teams are going to give up 27 and 9 and possibly 12 to Luka Doncic at the beginning of the year. That was the first game of the year. So 3 games in a row, over 20-plus points per game from the floor against opposing point guards. So I like Ball here in this matchup. If Ball, other than Ball, I mean, like I said, there's a couple of guys, like I said, watch out. I do like Brogdon, the situation if there's no Drew Holiday. Cole Anthony is an option here at 4,900, with no Drew Holiday possibility for Milwaukee. Then you got to consider George Hill. He's at 4,300. You got Ish Smith is a possibility as well, especially if Terry Rozier is out. He's been getting a little bit of minutes there as well. He's getting 20-plus minutes a game, Ish Smith, and he's putting up 1 fantasy point per minute pretty much. You got Aaron Holiday, could be a possibility as a value play here for Washington, 3,800. That will fall into more if there is no Bradley Beal, so keep that in mind. And that's pretty much it as far as point guard, man. We go to shooting guard. At the shooting guard spot, at the top, we got Paul George at 10.5. Not high in Paul George, but obviously with no Kawhi Leonard, he is definitely always in play. He's on a player pool. He's not high right now on my list of someone that I want to just get in there in one of the lineups today. But considering I play a lot of multiple lineups, and I play quite a bit of GPPs, mostly GPPs, he may be in 1 or 2 lineups if I can get him in there. But I do have, the other options for me are some of the other guys that I do like in the matchups today at that price tag of about 10,000 or more. Obviously, you can always play James Harden as a shooting guard if you like. Not high in Jimmy Butler. I already discussed Bradley Beal. Zach LaVine obviously is in play. Obviously, if there's no Vooch, obviously he's going to be one of the top dogs as far as scoring is concerned. Jaylen Brown, another bit of news to watch out. If he's out, obviously is a bump up for Jason Tatum. And then, of course, you could always favor the Chicago players here as well in that area. Malcolm Brogdon, like I said, in play. You can use him at the point guard. You have that option of you placing him as a point guard or as a shooting guard. He's in play here, especially if there's no Drew Holiday. I definitely like him. He is still in my player pool. I do like CJ McCollum at 8,200. You need about 41 to meet value, at least 5 times value. He's putting up 31, 4, and 3, almost 50 points a game. Obviously, he shoots the hell out of the ball. You're going to get a high usage rate with him. He put up 28 and 34 in his first 2 games, 43 and 55 respectively as far as fantasy points are concerned. My only concerns with him is I would love to see more consistency from CJ with reboundings and assists. He sometimes seems to be just scoring dependent, but he's a great 3-point shooter. Obviously, he can put up the ball from the floor, and he actually is a pretty good, decent defender. As you can see so far over 2 games, he has 4 steals and 4 blocks. He's actually, and we all know that he is the second top dog behind Giannis. Without him and Giannis, obviously Milwaukee would be in serious trouble. He takes about 22 shots per game, usually about 11 shots from 3. Pretty good 3-point shooter, like I said. Right now, thus far this year, he is shooting lights out, 56% from the floor, 54% from 3. I think I said Giannis before. I don't know why. He's the second to go-to guy to Damian Lillard. So going up against the LA Clippers, Clippers have given up 117 points per game. They're pretty much about the 7th highest team that's given up the most points per game to opposing teams. They've given up 17, 6, and 3 to Andrew Wiggins in that position, 22, 7, and 2s to Mr. Middleton of the Memphis Grizzlies. The last 2 meetings versus the LA Clippers, he's put up 48 and 42 respectively, playing 36 minutes, shooting 18 shots per game and a usage rate of over 30%. So CJ McCollum definitely in play. Nice matchup, good game. Especially, I always like to target somebody, even if I don't discuss them. I think I've mentioned this already in videos. Always have somebody or two in that late game hammer game and that last game of the night. This way, you know that your lineup is playing all the way through the night. Good chance that if you're in the running, top 100 or so, by the time you start the late night, and you have 1 or 2 dogs in there, you're going to be good to go to possibly be in play or be in position and maybe cash very nicely in a GPP tournament. So definitely that's a route to go. Other than CJ McCollum, man, like I said, a few guys above. Chris Middleton is in play for me for sure. I definitely like Chris Middleton a lot here today. You could put him here as shooting guard. I prefer him as a small forward on Fanduel here today. DeRozan obviously will be in play, as well as Levine and Lonzo Ball, which I already put in the lineup at the moment due to the fact that maybe there's a possibility Vucevic is out. If Vucevic is playing, then I still like Lonzo Ball. I wouldn't be high on the other 2 guys. You come down here a little bit further. Obviously, Terry Rozier's injury is important. Spencer Dinwiddie, definitely love him there as a shooting guard. He is one of the guys that I'm high on because I really like this game with Brooklyn. Tyler Herro's in play. His price tag is getting up there, but he's been balling, man. Tyler Herro is, he's getting busy. I've used him already a few times over the first week of the season, and he has come through. So Tyler Herro in play. Good matchup here against Orlando, who just finished playing. Orlando's on a back-to-back. They played last night. You could go down. Suggs, might have a better game today. Didn't play as well last night against the Knicks. Cole Anthony was the man last night. Devontae Graham still not up to par yet with New Orleans. Maybe today's a bounce-back game. I think Dennis Schroeder is someone you can't consider, especially Jaylen Brown is out. He's been playing pretty well the last game or 2. 5,500, very much viable. And Cole Anthony, which I already mentioned, he's 4,900, man. So keep your eye on that injury. If Rozier is, if Kyle Lowry's out for the Miami Heat, I kind of like the matchup there for Cole Anthony. That's only if he is. Gary Trent has been playing really, really well. He's someone definitely to consider here at 4,600. And I would think that's the last guy other than Pat Connaughton here, 4,500 from Milwaukee. Drew Holiday's out. He'll start. He'll probably get 28-plus minutes and very capable of getting you at least 30 points out of that time frame. So that's pretty much it for me as far as shooting guard. Let's go to small forward. At small forward, we got Giannis at the top, Kevin Durant. We have Paul George, Now, Giannis is definitely in play. At 11-2, you need about 56. I'm okay with Giannis there. I think that Giannis is going to come through. He's had 2 poor games in a row, but you're not going to stop this guy for 2. He's not going to stay at this pace that long. He takes a lot of shots. The team needs him. A high usage rate. And he's going to have a lot more times than not. He's going to have a huge advantage against his opposition or whoever's defending him. So I do like Giannis here in this Indiana game. This game is going to be a nice little paced-up game. Again, the pace is important for Milwaukee. They are kind of a little bit of a paced-up team. They were one of the top-scoring teams in the league last year, so they definitely want to move fast. They have played 2 games against 2 slow-paced teams in San Antonio and San Antonio and who was the other one? Oh, in Miami, San Antonio, Miami. So that has hurt Giannis as well as Chris Middleton, but I think these guys are going to bounce back here tonight. Kevin Durant is in play, 5,500. Definitely love Kevin Durant at 5,500 here tonight. I will probably be placing him as a power forward tonight, but I definitely love the matchup. 55 is a lot, but he is capable of it. Paul George, obviously top dog for his Clippers team in play. Jason Tatum, it'll be more in play and more. I would favor him at least to put him in a lineup or 2 if there is no Jaylen Brown. Again, Jaylen Brown, you can play him there as well. Well, we're going to come down to small forward. I definitely, like I just mentioned, I do like Mr. Chris Middleton. So Chris Middleton at 7,800. You need pretty much about 38. Obviously, the numbers don't look great. 19, 4, 3, pretty much 31 fantasy points per game. Love to see a little bit more rebounding and assists for him, but he could definitely score. He's going to play 30-plus minutes. If Drew Holiday is out, it's definitely a major bump, so keep an eye on that. I do like him no matter what, if Drew plays or not, okay? But this will open up the doors even more if Drew Holiday is definitely out, and there's a good chance he might be out. If he is out, Chris Middleton is definitely high in play. He has 50-point upside. He's been averaging, as you can see, 19, 4, and 3. His last 2 games hasn't played as well as I mentioned. Again, like I just mentioned a few moments ago, they have played Miami and San Antonio back-to-back. Those are slow-paced teams. This is where the momentum will pick up. This is a team, and he's the kind of player, Middleton, that he needs to have that momentum going, pop, shoot, everything's got to be a little bit quicker, and he gets more in rhythm, and he's be able to get a little more acclimated to the game format. So I think this is a game that might be able to do that for him. Indiana moves fast. This is a high implied total game, 229. No Drew Holiday obviously will help. In the last 2 games versus Indy, he's put up 41 and 43 fantasy points per game with a usage rate of 26%. That will definitely be up higher if there is no Drew. He has taken 18 shots and usually about 7 shots on average from 3. Now, Indy has allowed 116.3 points per game to the opposing opposition this year. That's 8th in the NBA. They gave up 27, 5, and 3 to Gordon Hayward in the small forward spot, and 29 and 11 to Kyle Kuzma, 19, 6, and 6 to Jimmy Butler, and now they got to deal with Chris Middleton. So tough matchup for Indiana after having to face, Butler, Kuzma, and Gordon Hayward. Now they get a guy that gets high usage, takes a lot of shots, and if he's in rhythm, can really bury them. So Chris Middleton, I definitely like the matchup for him today against Indy. He's in there thus far right now for small forward for me. Other than other small forwards you can consider today that I would consider, Tyler Hero, which I mentioned, you could play him shooting guard, small forward eligible. Kyle Kuzma, definitely high on Kyle. Double K here again today. Chris Duarte for Indiana, definitely in play at 5,600. He's been, averaging more than 30 fantasy points per game, and he's playing, I think, about 28, 30 minutes, right? He's playing 41 and 45 in the last 2 games. He's playing tons of minutes, so they really like this kid. Other than him, in play, Scotty Barnes will probably be another guy I'm considering. Rookie, playing more than 30 minutes a game, and is capable so far to show that he can put up a point per minute. At 5,100, you only need 26. He's definitely viable, man, to me today. Gary Trent, like I mentioned before, in the shooting guard spot, you can put him here at small forward. He's been playing 30-plus minutes as well for Toronto. So he is well on the way. You got Cogniton and you got Noora here for Milwaukee as well at 4,500. I think those are the top dogs that I'm considering. I'm not looking at Brissett. Could be a possible option here at 42, and Franz Wagner here, the rookie for Orlando who played last night, could be an option. Other than that, Patrick Williams, watch out for that Chicago. I think Patrick will probably be the one who will get more playing time. Will get a little bump in minutes. If there is no Vucevic night for Chicago, they'll probably run small because I don't think they have another big man, that they can bring off the bench. I've seen him get the minutes. He may get a bump in minutes. So Patrick Williams may be one of the top value plays of the night. Let's go to power forward. At power forward, we got Giannis at the top, Durant, and as you know, I already mentioned Giannis and Durant, but Durant is my power forward for tonight. Just love the matchup. I think him and Harden are in a great position to light it up tonight for Brooklyn, and then vice versa. I do like Washington as well with Dinwiddie, Harrell, and Kyle Kuzma, and even that's if even Beal plays. But if Beal doesn't play, those guys will be picking up the usage and the shooting. But KD is in play at 11,000. You need 55, but man, this is a matchup that he can get 60 or better. I truly believe so. He's playing over 36 minutes, pretty much over 30 minutes a game, but 36 in the last two. 33 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists, averaging close to 58 spot a night. Can get you a double-double, possibly triple-double. He's had already 2 double-doubles this year. He's playing really, really, really well because he does a little bit of everything. He can rebound, he can give you some assists, and he also brings the defense. Got 3 blocks and 2 steals thus far this year. His last 2 games, 58 and 46 against Washington. This is a high implied total game of 233. The last 3 games, he has just 36 minutes, 34% usage rate, taking 20 plus shots a game and 6 or 7 on average threes a game. This is over the first 3 games of the season, shooting 56% from the floor, 32% from 3, with the average of 10 rebounds and 6 assists and 1 block, 33 points per game, 1.42, pretty much close to 1, well, pretty much rounded off 1.4 fantasy points per minute for KD. Washington is 12th in the NBA in fantasy points per game allowed to small forwards, which is not bad, which is only 40.5 fantasy points per game thus far. But they haven't really faced anyone like Kevin Durant, at this point of the season. So the matchup is great. I love it. And even if Beal plays, it just really will just intensify this game even more. Fast-paced. Beal likes to go up and down the floor very quickly as well. It's just going to bring the pace even more up. So I look forward to a heck of a game, and I do recommend, if you make multiple lineups like I do, why not make a lineup or 2 and core in there and stack it with KD, with a Harden, with either Beal if he's 100% healthy. I wouldn't go Beal. I would probably do Dinwiddie with Kyle Kuzma and maybe a Montrezl Harrell. I think that's not a bad way to go, and I think I already checked it. I think you could probably have like 5,700 still to play with to get some value, and there's going to be some value. There's a lot of game time decisions here, so some value is going to open up. All right. Other than KD, here again, I already mentioned Tatum. Not high in Sabonis today. I think this is a tough matchup for him. He's not had big games. He is capable of having a big game. We all know that. I just really do like the Brooklyn guys as far as the big guys are. This is definitely, for me, I believe it's a Sabonis night. That maybe he might not just get that. He won't be able to get that 60 or so. 9,600, you need about 46, 47. Very much capable of doing it. Bam Adebayo could be someone you can go against Orlando, but Bam is Bam, man. Bam is going to get 40, 41, 42. That's pretty much on average. He's a good cash player. He's a good point per minute player, more than a point per minute player, but he never really crushes like 50s and 60s, so I wouldn't go too high on Bam. Bamba is in play, as well as Mobley. Mobley's been killing it, for Cleveland. His price tag, both of their price tags are coming up quite a bit, 68 and 64. They actually are placed higher than John Collins. John Collins could be a sneaky play here, 6,400. He's still on my player pool as well. I do like Kyle Kuzma. I already mentioned Montrezl Harrell. I think Harrell at 5,800. They've been playing him more minutes than Gafford. So at this moment, man, he's been balling. He's actually been looking really, really good. He's looking, really, really aggressive. He's attacking the basket like he used to do last year and the year before, pretty much the 2 years ago with the Clippers. Not so much so with the Lakers. But, he's definitely in play. Harrell's in play. I definitely like him a whole lot there. Other than that, man, Scotty Barnes, if you want to place him there, I already discussed him. He could be someone you can consider. Isaiah Stewart, I'm not too high in Detroit at all. But, Precious Achiuwa, I do like here for tonight. We'll be discussing him next. yeah, I mean, I don't know. And like I said, Patrick Williams is the one you got to watch out for the Chicago Bulls. He may be the one that gets the bump. But that's where I'm at. I mean, that's where I'm at power forward. We go to center, and at center at the top, you got Jokic, you got Karl Anthony Towns. These guys are always going to be in play depending on their matchup. I mean, he's going up against Cleveland. Should be a night that Jokic should smash. 11,000, you need 55, 56. Just not, I don't feel I really like the game between Brooklyn and Washington so much. I hope it just pans out right, but do like Durant, paying up for Durant more so, maybe even Harden tonight as opposed to Jokic. But Jokic is in play at 11,000. If you want to go there, I wouldn't be mad with that. Karl Anthony Towns in play with New Orleans as well. I think that's a good matchup for him. They already played on Saturday. He put up 36 in 28 minutes, but I think they were blowing him away. Sabonis, Vucevic, that's the big thing tonight for Chicago, and here is what kind of value you're going to get out of Chicago, and if you have anyone in Toronto that you can really feel that can possibly benefit from him being out. But Vucevic, that's something to keep your eye on. Nurkic can play for me, a little bit. I have him on my player pool, very little right now. Valanciunas had a heck of a game against Minnesota. Could be an option. I mean, 6,600 is still a favorable price. You can definitely get him there. You need only 36 to meet value. He put up 50 somewhat against Minnesota the other night. But we'll see. Mobley, obviously, you could play him here or at the power forward spot. Same thing with Collins. I'm okay with either one of those two guys. I already told you about Harrell. I like him a lot too. But I'm coming all the way down. Bobby Portis is definitely could be the value of the night. He's a game time decision. If he plays, I will have quite a bit of Bobby Portis. He has a lot of upside. Perfect for tournament play, which I am strictly a GPP player. 4,800, you need pretty much 24 to meet 5x. He's capable of doing it. He's capable of putting up some big numbers on some given nights with the rebounding, the three-point shooting. He's a good free throw shooter as well. So Bobby Portis is definitely someone that you can consider here tonight. So stay on top of the news. Precious Achiuwa is the guy that I'm going to discuss. I mean, he's playing well. He's playing more than enough minutes. He may even get more minutes as he continues to play well. 4,600, you need 24 for Achiuwa. He's going up against the Bulls, and I like the factors that if there is no Vucevic, and it's possibly a good chance, I would say 50-50 chance. If he is out, it just opens up the doors for Achiuwa to possibly even get another double-double here. He already put up a double-double against Boston and Dallas, 10 and 12, 15 and 15, 20. He's pretty much 28 spot and a 39 thus far this year. You need 24 to meet value. With Vucevic out, that will definitely open up the doors for him, man. His first 3 games, he has shown 43% shooting. I mean, he's not a good free throw shooter, but he's shooting 43% from the floor. Can get you some steals and some possible blocks. He hasn't had one yet this year. Chicago is allowing 55 fantasy points per game, even with Vucevic. We all know Vuce is not the greatest defender. If he is out, and even if he's in, I still like Precious Achiuwa. But if he is out, it's even more. I think it's more of an advantage for Precious Achiuwa here tonight to put up some good numbers. Will he put up 55? Who knows? Right now, his ceiling is 39, so we know he's capable of getting 39, 40. At that price tag, that would be great if he could get me 40. But if he can go over 40 tonight, that would be awesome. So definitely in play with the Bulls definitely giving up 55 fantasy points per game against opposing centers. Like I said, those are the guys that I like. Like I already gave you a couple guys that I think are in play. I think Bobby Portis is the one you got to really watch out for, and I think Montrezl Harrell is the next guy here in that 5,000 range. If you wanted to be in that range, I think it's someone that can get you a solid game as well in his matchup. And that's pretty much it, folks. We got Ball, McCollum, Middleton, Durant, and Achiuwa, man. Give it a shot. Remember, these guys are not set in stone, man. Watch the news. I mentioned a few guys that are more than likely could possibly be out, what advantages you can get, and also always look at the opponent they're facing and where that may also benefit them. So those are things you got to consider. And I think the game stack for me tonight is going to be Brooklyn and Washington, even if Bradley Beal plays or not. So I think those are the guys to play, man. So again, man, good luck tonight, man. Make sure you drop a like, comment down below. Let me know what is your game stack of the night. What is your favorite player of the night? What value are you looking for? Interact with me. I would love to chit-chat with you guys. And if you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, man, you like what you're getting, you're getting free information. I'm doing everything I can to give you what I believe are some of the best possible plays. Make sure that some of the guys I talk about, put them down on the list. You agree, you make your decision yourself. You can do your extended research. You can look at other videos from other individuals that are making DFS videos, because there's a lot of us out there doing some good stuff. And put your lineups together, man. So again, man, good luck tonight. Comment down below, let me know. Subscribe to the channel, all right, if you haven't done so already. Appreciate it. And don't forget to put on the notification bells. And I'll see you guys on the next slate, man. Peace out.